What's up, everybody? It's Tiffany Stone here at round 3 of American Rally Association presented by AMSOIL. We are here at Ojibwe Forest Rally with the man, the myth, the legend, Travis Pastrana. How are you doing today, sir?
And couldn't be better. Everyone's tied for the lead right now, so that's good. Hopefully we'll still be there come the end of the day. Today's stages are awesome. Got a little bit of rain. Everything is so smooth. It's perfect. Tomorrow, it's going to be dusty. It's going to be rain-rutted. It's going to be rocky. So it's definitely important to have a good day today to get that road position.
Exactly, and I was just about to ask you about this. We've had many different rallies either cancel or push back, but Ojibwe, we kept the same dates, normal how they are. Obviously the notes from last year are going to be completely different because it is cooler. A huge rainstorm came through. So what do you think that's going to be for the game plan of the car today?
Well, they only have one stage of all the stages we're doing here at Ojibwe. That's the same as any of the past years since 2014. So for every driver, we're all pretty much on even playing field. That one stage is the first stage. So hopefully we're going to put in a good time there. With the new co-driver, Rihanna Gelsomino, she is phenomenal. She is a PE instructor, but she is also a driver instructor. She's a co-driver instructor, and she is on her game. I have learned more about how to make notes and been a student of the sport, I guess, for the last 2 weeks since she signed on for this. And I'm really excited to hopefully put that into motion and see how good our notes are today.
Well, talking about that, what many people may or may not know is your co-driver is very, very important to something like this, especially with the tight turning roads that are here in Minnesota. Now you have a brand new car. You had a little mishap at the last round. With that being said, are you very familiar with this setup? How's that feeling right now? Obviously you had Recce as well.
Brand new car, brand new co-driver, but everything is pretty spot on. And like I said, I've learned so much with Rihanna, just helping me to be a better note taker, to be a student of the sport again, and hopefully, we did a shakedown together, brand new car. We felt great, but we got to put it together today and tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
We're doing it in the stages.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about this. We've always given so much props to the co-driver here, and you're with Travis right now. Is there something that you guys have determined together that say, hey, if this goes this way, I've got your back, or hey, here's a little keyword to keep things smooth, to keep things calm, especially being a new co-driver and driver?
I think the thing is, with both of our experience, we know how it works in the car. If something's not exactly flowing properly, both of us have enough experience to say, hey, wait, or it's fast, or I even know in my gut, you know what I mean? If I was a little bit late or too fast, I'm like, oh, repeat a note, whatever needs to happen. So, and Travis will be the same. That first stage will be the first proper time where we've gone 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and flat out in the stage. So we'll see how we go. We've worked our asses off, and hopefully we'll have a great run.
Put in a lot of homework, but I tell you, Barry has been spot on. He's been, he was always like Ken was when we first started. He's super aggressive, but he's figured out a way to keep it on the road. So definitely with 2 wins on the season, he's kind of the guy everyone's gunning for. But I tell you what, Brandon Semenuk was quicker than me in shakedown. This is a guy that has multiple-time world championships under his belt. Granted, not in rally, but I think as soon as he can work together with John and they get their notes figured out, he is going to be a title contender in years to come.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we were talking about that. You said no stage is the same since 2014 except the first stage today. Is there going to be any specific stage between you two that you think might be a little bit difficult for all of the drivers, not just including yourself?
Well, I think one of the stages tomorrow's stages are definitely more technical and difficult than today's. Today's your usual Ojibwe fast stages, but tomorrow we've got some fast stages with jumps, but then we've got a really technical stage to end the day. So I think that'll be quite difficult for many teams, that last stage tomorrow.
A lot of trees, slicker, dustier, ruddier, rockier. Today is a little more forgiving. Tomorrow is going to be very not typical for Ojibwe Forest.
Awesome. Well, thank you too. Best of luck to you. Going to head over to your teammate over here, Brandon Semenuk. Obviously, Travis was just giving you major props. You are a world champ in many different things. Not stage rally yet, but that could possibly change. What has brought you to come to stage rally? What has also made you want to be here and just be a contender with some of the best like Barry McKenna?
I just love the sport, and especially stage rally. It's always kind of been a passion of mine outside of mountain biking. So, I mean, obviously to have this opportunity and do it at the highest level, it's amazing. So. I'm looking to tackle the day and hopefully, find the pace and start competing with these boys, Travis and Barry. Should be exciting.
Well, I know last year you came out to one of the rounds, except you were in a side-by-side in a UTV. How different, obviously, it's completely different comparative to that to what we see right behind you.
Oh yeah, like you said, completely different, but you know, like I said, it's just a passion of mine, so whatever it took to get out to the events and compete, that was my vehicle of choice at the time. So now I've got this car, which is 10 times better than the side-by-side and a lot more competitive. So yeah, it's gonna be insane.
What's one brand new thing that you've learned from this car that you're like, hey, didn't know that was possible, or hey, this is something new, it's exciting? Because you do seem like a very passionate person and you want to be the best of the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really well-balanced platform all around. The car instills a lot of confidence, so a lot of the times you don't even realize how fast you're going. You feel like you're just driving how you would normally, and it wants to just carry so much more speed, but it will sneak up on you, which is the challenge of this car. And yeah, it's unreal. Like, best car I've ever driven.
Awesome. One last thing, Travis was just saying that they feel like tomorrow's stage, the very last stage, might be the most difficult. None of the stages are the same since 2014, except the very first one to date. Was there any that gave you any bit of trouble on recce?
Yeah, I think tomorrow's stages are definitely the more challenging, especially as you go through them. They sort of seem to progress in like how technical they are. So, like you said, the last stage it's one of the shorter ones, but it's the most technical. There's so much going on, and there's a lot of erosion and rocks, and it's sandy and loose, and you don't have the forgiveness of stages like today.
That's exactly what Travis said. Well, best of luck to you. Can't wait to see what you do for the rest of the weekend.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. We are going to head over here. Some of my favorite, El Diablo. We were just talking to Matt Dickerson earlier. Matt, come back out. So, Matt, we were doing a little MTV Cribs versus Pimp Your Ride.
Attempting to.
So, obviously, you're back out here. You're talking about a few things that you've changed on the vehicle. Walk me through that again. Take me through some of the things that you changed for this new season.
Right, so front end power wise, we put in the bigger 36 millimeter restrictor, get a little more airflow. Underneath the engine, we got a new set of Killer Bee headers and an external wastegate, free of the exhaust flow, spool the turbo faster, all that great stuff. We have a set of clutch style diffs front and rear, so we actually have 4-wheel drive instead of 2.5, 3-wheel drive like we did before. We have a new tune on the car for the headers and the restrictor by Surgeline Tuning down in Portland, Oregon. Fabulous guys. They fabbed up the wastegate, did all that work. We have a melee mount battery box in the back, lost like 20 pounds worth of battery weight and moved it more forward. Smaller battery, we can fit it in better places. That's most of it as for upgrades, but yeah. Oh, we got a new co-driver as well. Woo! Glenn Ray, my old co-driver Daniel decided to get a job and doesn't have time to co-drive with me anymore. So we got Glenn Ray in the seat for this season. Hopefully he can bring us to some gold medals and break our streak of silvers.
Walk in this way, come in this way. We're gonna go in the shade a little bit. Talking about being a new co-driver, obviously co-driving is just a part of rally that most people don't know is one of the most important parts of rally. You're making all the notes, you're keeping drivers like Matt over here calm during, you know, some crazy times out there. Working with Matt, being a brand new co-driver for him, have you guys figured out any words, any funny faces, or anything that's like, if Matt gets a little crazy, which I know he can.
He can. It's Matt. It's easy.
I like to.
It's easy for Matt to get crazy. It's not. That's no challenge for him. But the greatest challenge that we've had so far, which fortunate enough for us, is that we were able to drive out together from Washington. So we had 2 days in the truck together. We got a test day together as well, so we got some notes in there. Within the last 24 hours, we were able to go through video recce, go through all the notes, figure out cadence and spacing and all that stuff. So it's definitely a fun challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna go fast. It's gonna go fast.
All right, well, I will leave you guys on that. You heard it here. They're gonna go fast. Let's head over to see what Barry McKenna's up to. Best of luck, guys. So we're gonna head over here. Obviously, the name of the game is weather. It's a little bit cooler than normal. The cars are gonna run a little bit better, a little bit faster, but it's still gonna be a driver's stage. So let's see if we can find some of the guys over here. Is Barry around? He's right in here?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope he doesn't kick me out. Barry? I think he's busy right now. I do think the door locked.
I think he's just getting his overalls on.
Leon's over there.
He'll be out in a minute.
He'll be out in a minute?
Leon.
Is he running away? Everybody's running away from me. All right. We're going to be doing this now. So since Barry's not here, walk us through this car. No?
I don't even know anything about this guy. Your body will get you.
All right, we're going to try to find him. We're going to lose everybody. Tell Barry we'll be back for him. Okay. I love how they just say okay. Okay. As long as you leave, Tiffany. Is Ryan around?
See?
Let's see. As soon as we pull the camera out, everybody runs away. Let's see if Ryan's in here. Hey, Ryan. May I borrow you real quick? No problem. All right, so he's going to come out here. We saw this livery last year. I'm loving it. If you check it out, you're definitely going to see this. And here is the man of the hour. So we were just talking about new liveries. I saw this last year.
Yeah.
This is round 3 here at Ojibwe. The season was a little shortened. Obviously, some things were going around. How did that go with your entire program for the 2020 year?
I mean, just made adjustments like everybody else did. We added in a regional in Colorado just to get an extra event under our belt. So just trying to take it as we can, you know.
As you can. Well, normally we take the best 6 out of 8 here. We're taking the best 4 out of 5. With that being said, how did that change your game plan, especially for things like Ojibwe? We didn't cancel. It's the same timing, but there are different stages from 2014. The only stage that's the same is the first stage.
Yep.
Going forward to that, is Friday going to be a difficult day or Saturday going to be the difficult day?
I think they're all going to be difficult, you know, just getting used to the R5. This is, I think, my 3rd or 4th event in it. And my buddy Nick from high school jumped in. This is his 2nd rally, so.
Where is Nick?
I don't know where he went. He's probably around here somewhere. But yeah, this is his 2nd rally ever. And so I kind of tossed him into the deep end in the R5. So.
With that, talking about the R5 and everything and taking your friend from high school, how did you come about with that? Were you just like, hey, I need a co-driver, I need somebody that I trust, who's better than a high school buddy?
Yeah. So we did Team O'Neill a couple years ago, about 4 or so, when I first was going to get into stage rally, and that was the plan all along, but just couldn't happen with work for him and everything, so he finally got to a position where he could jump in, and we said, all right, let's try it.
And talking about that with Recce yesterday, what are some things, the notes that you guys have taken from Recce, or what did you find to be the most difficult stage?
Probably tomorrow's are pretty technical, tight and fast, so yeah, just had to make sure the notes were tidy for that, but we'll be taking it easy and feel everything out. Luckily we have 2 passes on most of the stages, 3 on 2 of them, so we'll use those to our advantage.
Team Subaru said that they felt like the last stage tomorrow was going to be the most difficult.
Yeah.
Is that something you agree with?
Yeah, for sure.
What's going to make it the most difficult?
I think there's just a lot of high consequence areas, fast sections that can really catch you out and do some damage to the car. So.
Awesome. Well, best of luck. I can't wait to see what your high school friend is going to think about this, especially since it's he's only, what you said, second
yeah.
rally ever.
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.
All right. We're going to head right over here. Let's see who else we can get. There's the man, Jeff Seahorn. Are you ready? Let's go talk to Jeff Seahorn. We're all masking up, staying safe out here. Jeff Seahorn, obviously you have a new livery for this year. Kind of walk us through it, tell us what's going on and what's going on for your 2020 program.
So for 2020, we're running all the rounds now. We did have 8 planned. 4 of those got canceled or rescheduled. The new wrap came out great. Germ Designs designed that for us. And we moved the car to open class. So we took some weight out of the car. Mainly did that through our ECU harness by John Reed, and then reconfigured the dash and all that. Moved my seat 10 inches back so we sit more in the middle of the car now. I custom fabbed all that stuff myself, and then did a front mount intercooler and did my own custom front end after we demolished it last year at this round. So hopefully hopefully we can stay on the road this year and stay on the road this year and prove to be fast and you know, be nice and consistent and fast.
Thanks for joining us again.
Hey, you know what? This was the Jeff Seahorn hour. He already did the MTV Cribs versus Pit My Ride for me. So Jeff, with this being said, obviously we have 5 rounds, but taking the best 4 out of them. How did that change the game plan this year?
Yeah, it tightens things up, so you really have to go out and push. You know, we're gonna go out and do our best. We're still shaking out bugs on the car, so we have a 5th overall now and 3rd in open. But yeah, we got some work ahead of us to do this round. We sorted most of our issues out with brakes and the engine cooling package, and we got Matt James co-driving for us now. And yeah, I think we got a good team together now, and the car's sorted out, so we can go out and push hard this weekend and hopefully keep the car cool and put down some fast times.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you, Jeff Seahorn. Talk to you guys soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right, heading over here, chat with some more of our drivers. There's many things going on here. Weather is going to be a big factor, how cool it is and everything. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing over here?
Doing good. Yourself?
Wonderful. So we're here at Ojibwe Forest Rally right now. We're
Is that where we are?
We are here. Hopefully, if you are not here,
you
we're in the
lied
wrong
to me.
spot.
Wait, Matt, what?
You lied to me.
You lied to him today?
See, I never know where I'm at. You
Is
just
this
have to
Minnesota?
tell me where to go. That's how
I
this
think
game
this
works,
is
right?
Minnesota.
This is Minnesota.
Is
Yeah.
it Friday? I think today's Friday.
You know, honestly, I don't know. As
Well-
bad as that is, I really don't know.
Well, it's Friday. It's almost 2 p.m. You guys are about to head out to the first stage.
Yeah.
Walk us through what you feel like today is going to be, what's the most difficult stage, and if you think tomorrow's going to be the more difficult because of how technical everything is.
So this rally, I haven't been here for a couple years, you know, with all GRC stuff and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. So getting back in, and especially getting in a new car and all that kind of deal. I've done this rally in the past, and I really love this road. Like, they're very technical. I have a lot of experience with the Ohio deal, but you know, these roads have always been really great roads, and this road's always kind of fallen on the back end of the burner of X Games back in the day. So we never got to come up here and run as much. But the roads are incredibly technical. The first couple stages, I think everybody needs to kind of work through their nerves. Tomorrow, that Strawberry Mountain, it's going to be a really top speed. It's going to be really high. So there's actually one jump there that, you know, looking at it during the recce, don't jump it because I will jump into the next face of the other part.
Gotcha.
So
it is
yeah.
very technical. A lot of it's a mental game as well.
and I'm mental.
Listen, I don't even get hung up ever.
Everybody knows that.
I don't get hung up ever, and you've literally made me laugh twice. If I start snorting, guys, you know it's over here.
Yeah.
Well, talking about today, obviously it's a lot cooler than the weather has been.
Absolutely.
How do you think that's going to play in keeping the car cool for you as well?
So this has got an LS3 in it. The temperature thing's never really been an issue. Cars always run pretty good. Like the turbo cars will have a lot more issue with that intake temperature than we will. So, you know, obviously the temperature of driver comfort is the key thing. So, you know, that's why majority of the rallies are running areas where it's cold or that
Yep.
kind of thing, because no AC in there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think it'll be good. I mean, like when weather gets a little ominous and stuff like that, I think people really like to kind of get you a little.
To feel good about it? Well, the last rally I was at was snowdrift, so I was freezing,
Yeah.
and obviously it's a lot different than this.
I don't like that cold.
You don't like that cold. Well, I'm from Michigan, so that cold
Yeah.
actually happens all the time. Talking about that, you said Strawberry Mountain yesterday was going to probably be the most difficult for you.
I don't think it's going to be the most difficult. I think it's going to be the
Most technical.
when we not technical, but it's the one that we're concerned about because of the high speed.
Gotcha.
You know, and I think some cars could possibly hit, you know, 128, 130 mile an hour on that stage.
Gotcha. All right. Well, best of luck to you. I'm going to let you guys get out there. Best of luck. Oh,
We'll
knuckles.
give our little-
Oh, yes. Look at that. Nice job.
Most people distance themselves a lot more than that from me.
Oh, don't worry. I'm starting to get to know you. All right. Shall we talk to Martin? Hi, gents. Let's go to Martin. I'm heading that way. I already know this. Hello, Mr. Brady.
How you doing?
Wonderful. Do you have some time, sir?
Yeah, I guess so. 10 seconds. Not too.
10 seconds.
10 seconds sounds good.
Good to see you here, sir. Obviously, we're back here for round 3. Some things got jumbled up with the schedule. Walk us through how that changed your mindset for the season.
Well, you know, everyone knows where they were when the bad news came. The corona was as serious as it was, and how it was going to affect daily life. I was on a recce. in Ireland in March, and I sort of, to be honest, I thought, well, hey, you know, we'll all be rallying again by May. This will be sorted, and you know, things transpire, and it's not, and here we are. But you know, it's good to be back rallying. Was lucky enough to do Colorado and Ohio as well, so I'm very fortunate that we're here and we're able to do these events, and we can, you know, keep the distance and keep everything going. And yeah, happy to be here. Looking forward to this one. We'll see, you know.
Well, talking about that, we are taking the best 4 out of 5 instead of 6 out of 8 rounds now. That's got to change a few things for you. With that being said, do you feel that Ojibwe is going to give you guys any difficulties? Or are you very familiar with the time, with everything, even though they did change a few of the stages and they're not the same as 2014?
Well, we're reasonably good. Excuse me, I should just probably put on my mask as I think of it. We've done it before in this car, but not in this direction. So it's going to be slightly different. Our biggest issue was we had a worry with the power steering before the rally started, and the guys have done great work overnight fixing it. We've put one out of a Porsche in, so we're sort of forward improved with a little bit of Porsche stuff, but hopefully it'll work. We'll know when we get out on the stages. The first stage is a familiar one. It's one we've all done before, so it's good to start into something familiar. Tomorrow I think is where the real stages are. We're missing Mike Hooper this weekend, so that's some competition definitely going to be gone. And you know, Mike was ahead of us in Ohio, so we wanted to battle him again. But we have Mr. Greenhouse here. Won't be slow. He'll be flying, literally, no pun intended. And Gary Smith, new man here, but saw him in Colorado and how quick he went, particularly when stages were tight and twisty. He went very well, so we expect him to be there or thereabouts this weekend. You know, he can only get faster. He's fast enough to begin with.
Awesome. Well, you said it here. It's going to be anybody's game. I'm glad that you guys are starting with something familiar, but then that's going to be a challenge for everybody. But it'll prove who is going to be the best and be on top tomorrow.
Here's open. Thank you.
Best of luck,
See
sir.
you later. Thank you.
All right. Let's talk to one more gentleman. I'm going to try to find him around this side. You're always sneaking away. Where did Peter go?
He ran away from you.
Oh no. Well, Peter ran away
Let's
from
get
me.
Barry, then we'll...
All right, let's see if Barry came out. Yes, there he is. It's okay.
How much until we start here? We got first car's out at 2 o'clock.
First car's out at 2 o'clock. We got about 10 minutes. Barry.
Hello.
I tried to get you earlier, Barry, but I feel like you ran away from me.
No,
It's okay.
changing clothes.
Changing clothes. Well, here we are, round 3. We're in Ojibwe. Things are pretty much moving along. First car is going to be out in about 10 minutes. Walk us through what you think the weekend's going to be all about.
Yeah, listen, once we get the first loop of stages in, then I can talk some more. But listen, we're well prepared. We've a lot of testing done again. We'll see after the first loop. Then if I'm going to push, and if we're close to first, if we'll keep pushing to get that, or I'll just think about the championship and try and get a podium anyway.
Well, talking about the championship, normally we do 6 out of 8, and now we're doing 4 out of 5. You've already had 2 different rallies under your belt going over for this one. What's the game plan really to stay on top, especially with the first stage being familiar and the rest of the other stages being new this year?
Yeah, listen, we got a good recce done, the notes are done, so you're driving to the notes. You know, it is nice to be a bit familiar with the first stage anyway. I've been over that, 6 times over the last 4 years. But again, once we get the first stage in, we'll see where we're placed, and we'll see if we're going to keep pushing or what way. But we're going to definitely go in pushing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Barry, for checking in. You heard it here. He is going to be pushing as much as he can. I'll let you get in there. First car is out in about 10 minutes. Make sure you guys stay tuned all weekend long. Lots of things happening, and definitely check out that ARA app. See you guys soon.